Get ready for our game of skill and strategy. Blockbusters! And here's the star of Blockbusters, this Rafferty! Whoa! Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much. You're looking good. Thank you. All right, cut it out. We got to make a living here. I can't be hanging out waiting for applause. Hello, everybody. Welcome to everybody at home to Blockbusters. We're about ready to play the game right now, and I think it's time for us to meet our players. Let's start out with our champion, Bob. Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Good to see you again, sir.
Thank you.
For the folks who don't know you, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Bob Spaziano. I'm from Anaheim, California, and I'm in the automotive business, and I like crossword puzzles and reading, and I love Blockbusters.
You must love Blockbusters. He loves Blockbusters to the tune of $11,000. That is a champion. Good for you. Good for you. Hello, Annette.
Hi, Bill.
Annette's our challenger. Would you introduce yourself to the folks at home, please?
Sure. My name is Annette Winter, and my husband and I live out in Thousand Oaks. And at the end of February, we are expecting our first child.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Any preference?
Not a real preference, but I think we're going to have a boy.
You think you're going to have a boy?
Yeah,
Well, 10 fingers,
got
10
that
toes.
feeling.
Good for you. Good for you. Let's get started right now. We are in the middle of game number one. Let's take a look at our board right now, please. Here it comes, flying into place right now. Each of those letters represents a one-word answer to the question. And Annette is in control of the board, so she's going to start picking the letter. Annette is our challenger. She is working the red, working top to bottom, and she has the advantage in this game because she can win with as few as 4. Let's get started right now. Annette, pick your letter, please.
H, please.
H. What H did a study of air and water quality, sewage, and hazardous waste problems conclude is the dirtiest city in Texas, as well as the nation? That is Annette.
Houston?
Houston, that is correct. So she's on the board there. Very important block for her. She's anchored at the bottom right now. Always toss up questions around here. Hands on buzzers, please. Annette, you're still in control. Pick again, please.
N, please.
N. What N is the state that has more suicides and fast marriages than... That is Bob.
Nevada.
That is Nevada. That is correct. Than any other. Big block up there. Bob is working side to side right now, and he is in control, and he will pick again.
L.
L. What L do 3 out of 4 women use, and the higher her income, the more likely a woman is to use this makeup? Bob.
Lipstick.
Lipstick is correct. That was what we were looking for. Lipstick is correct. Very good. All right, Bob, still in control. Where are you going?
E.
All right. You can see what happens right now. If he gets this E question correct, Bob will win the first game. All right, E. What E can be as short as a millimeter or can grow as long as 11 feet and are important to plants because they enrich the soil? Annette.
Earthworm?
Earthworms is correct. Very good block. Very important block, too, as you're soon going to find out. Make your next choice, Annette.
S.
S. There's that important block, as I said. Now, if Annette gets this, she will be the winner of game number 1. What S, in honor of King Kong, was recently turned down by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for its Walk of Fame? Too much time. Too much time. Star. We're going to give him a star on Hollywood Boulevard. We'll be back with another Ask question right after this commercial message. Game number 1, and nobody has control of the board right now because nobody got the last question right, but we will be going back to another S question, and if Annette gets it right, Annette will be the winner of game number 1. What S has its skin tanned and turned into leather, more durable than cowhide, and the Chinese pay from 50 to 70? Bob?
Sheep?
No, that is incorrect.
Oh.
I'll read that again for Annette.
Oh.
And Annette, if you get this right, you're going to win the game. What S has its skin tanned and turned into leather, more durable than cowhide, and the Chinese pay from $50 to $75 for a piece of its fin to make into soup?
Snake?
No. Not many snakes with fins,
I know,
however.
they use
No.
them.
It is a shark. Bob knew it right away. Bob, you shouted it out again. We go to another S question. Same scenario exists right now. Always a toss-up. What S is a sea creature eaten at Beaufort, North Carolina? Bob.
Squid.
Incorrect. I will read it again for Annette. And Annette, of course, you can win it. What S is a sea creature eaten at Beaufort, North Carolina's annual Strange Seafood Exhibition? Or is NBC's action series that stars a Corvette? Boy, you almost turned the studio into a garage, Annette. No, it is Stingray. Stingray. That should please the people upstairs at NBC about how our shows are getting across. Another S question. Another S question here. What S has been getting dimmer faster than normal since 1980? And if it continues, Earth will... Bob.
Saturn?
Incorrect. I will read it again for Annette. Again, if Annette gets it right, Annette's the winner of game number one.
What it is, too.
What S has been getting dimmer faster than normal since 1980? And if it continues, Earth will eventually face a new ice age.
Sun.
Sun, that is correct. Wow, there you go. You did. Very good. Only the first in a series of firsts for Annette. Annette has one game in her corner right now, $100. And we will be right back. I believe we're going to commercial right now? No, we are not. We're going to stick around right now, and I have to talk to these two about what was going on. You had a tough time with the S one.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't.
No, you didn't. Well, you got it out, but you did get it out. You did get it out.
My last name begins with S, so you know. Absolutely.
Don't worry about it. You know what you face right now. And I think this is the first time you faced it. She's got one game on her side of the board. You have to win this game in order to tie this match up and go to the tiebreaker in hopes of going back to the gold run. And you, young lady, Annette, if you get this game right in your corner, you are on your way to the gold run to win $5,000. Here's the board coming into place. And let me remind everybody that Bob, our champion, has the advantage right now. White is working top to bottom and can win with as few as 4. What letter are we starting game number 2 with? C. Always a toss-up question. What C is actor Michael, who took his stage surname from... Bob. Kane. Kane is correct. He took his actor's surname from the title of the Humphrey Bogart movie about a Navy captain who rolled steel balls in his hand. All right, continuing. White on the board first and in control. Bob, pick again, please.
F.
F. What F will stay fresher longer if you add a combination of lemon juice, sugar, and bleach? That is an F.
Fruit?
No, incorrect. I will repeat again for Bob. What F will stay fresher longer if you add a combination of lemon juice, sugar, and bleach to the water in their vase?
Flowers.
Flowers is right. That's what we were looking for. Good block for Bob. He's anchored at the top, working his way to the bottom right now. Continue, Bob.
P.
P. What P does the Big Beauty book say a full-figured woman with a large calf should avoid wearing if they're the ultra... Bob.
Pantyhose.
Pantyhose is correct. If they're the ultra sheer type. All right, Bob. Bob is making his presence felt in game number 2. Where are we going, Bob?
N.
N. Bob gets this right. He will have shut Annette out and will have tied up the match. You know you have to block if you want to try and win in this game, Annette. What N does Helpful Hints expert Mary Ellen say you can strain your soup stock through to clarify it by using this type of stocking? Annette.
Nylon?
Nylon is correct. Well, important block for her. Annette is working side to side right now. Continues in control. Pick again, please.
E.
E. All right. You realize, of course, Annette, that Bob can win with this question also. So listen up, everybody. Always a toss-up. What E refused to send United States troops to Vietnam, even though... That is Annette.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower is right. Whoa. Way to do it. Even though his vice president, Richard Nixon, urged him to do so. We're continuing. Red working side to side and in control. Annette, pick again, please.
W.
W. What W is the animal who lends its name to the Boy Scout Patrol, whose official call is a loudly howled who? Who? Bob. Sorry. I'll read it again for Annette. What W is the animal who lends its name to the Boy Scout Patrol, whose official call is a loudly howled who?
Wolf?
Wolf is correct. Wolf is correct. Very good. All right, we're going to be back with more Blockbusters right after this. Stick around. We're having a good time there.
I think an owl.
We are in the midst of a very exciting game number 2. This is a must-win situation for Bob. Bob's got to pick it up right here in hopes of tying it up and to repeat as champion. And if Annette wins this one, she's on her way to the gold run. Let's take a look at the board right now. You can see why they call it Blockbusters. Bob leaped out in the front with 3 blocks, and then all of a sudden, Annette showed up. And Annette is in control right now and picking again.
J.
J. This will anchor her on one side if she gets it right. Always a toss-up question. What J celebrates September 15th as Respect for the Aged Day? And a height of 5 feet 4 inches is the average for a people of this Asian island. Annette.
Japan?
Japan is correct. Japan is correct. All right, Annette, where are we going from here?
Probably you.
You. All right. Now, we know what happens right here. This is what we call in the trades, ladies and gentlemen, a dual implication. Whoever gets this question right is going to win the game. If Annette gets it right, Annette is the champion and goes to the gold run. If Bob gets it right, Bob will tie up the match. Very important question. What you is being made into a $20 million movie with Robert De Niro playing Al Capone, but without Robert Stack as Elliot Ness? That's Bob.
Untouchables.
Untouchables is right. Way to go. Way to go, Bob. You did it. Way to do it. Well, we now have a tie. Bob did what he had to do. Bob has won the second game right now, and he has tied it up. And first time I've seen you play for a while. Usually you're real confident, but a little trepidation here. You were floating a little bit. Anyway, the match is all tied up right now, and we're going to be playing our tiebreaker. And in this game, I should tell everybody, when you see the board fly up in its places, it will be an even board. And don't forget about this, that in this game, the winner of this game definitely goes to the gold run, where they will receive $5,000 if they play it right. There's our board for our tiebreaker. It is an even board. Nobody has the advantage. And we will start this game with the letter A. Always a toss-up question. What A occur mostly within 25 miles of home? That's Bob.
Accident.
Accidents is correct, and at low automobile speed. That is correct. Bob on the board first. Working side to side. Continue, Bob.
E.
E. What E is a brand name product you can put in your toilet bowl to help you clean it without scrubbing, and was the first denture cleansing tablet in... Bob.
Efferdent.
Efferdent, that is correct. Honey, I'm cleaning the toilet bowl. Why don't you throw your teeth in? We'll do 2 things here, okay? Ooh, all right. Important block for Bob. Boy, you can learn a lot here, folks. All right, let's continue on, Bob. You're in control.
P.
P. What P was detected in 1930, making it the only planet to be discovered? Bob.
Pluto.
Pluto is right. In the 20th century, the only planet discovered in the 20th century. All right, Bob, continuing in control, working side to side. We'll pick again.
G.
This is it. If Bob gets G, Bob is the champ and goes back to the gold run. Annette, you know what you have to do here.
I know.
You got to block him on this one. What G is the slang term for the substance that is constitutionally protected when held for personal use in Alaska and can be smoked only in the privacy... Annette.
Grass?
Grass is it, and can be smoked only in the privacy of your own home. Boy, you jumped right on that question, Annette. I like that. Great. All right. Bob didn't know it all. All right. Let's continue on right now. An important block for Annette. She's working top to bottom and is finally in the game. Continue, Annette.
R.
R. What R is the most stolen convertible model of car in America? That's Bob.
Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce is incorrect. I will repeat it again for Annette. What R is the most stolen convertible model of car in America?
Rabbit.
You got it. Rabbit is what we were looking for. So, Annette has just anchored herself at the bottom. She's working to the top. Bob's working to the side. We'll be right back with a conclusion right after this. Yeah, I know. You didn't get that. I had everybody. We are in the middle of a tiebreaker. Ooh, a lot of action taking place right now. The winner of this game definitely goes on to the gold run, where $5,000 can be had if you play it right. And Annette, you are in control right now, young lady. And where are you going?
D.
D. Interesting choice. What D was made extinct by Dutch colonists bringing monkeys, rats, and pigs to the island of Mauritius, which ate these heavy, flightless birds and their eggs? That's Bob.
Dodo?
Dodo is correct. Mauritius. Interesting point. If we could just look at that board one time right now, you'll see everybody would say, well, gee, why didn't she go to H? Because if she would have got it wrong, there would have been some obvious problems there for her. Let's see where Bob is going to go right now.
M.
Bob is going to M, and if Bob makes this connection, he will be the champion. What M is where every single package delivered by Federal Express goes prior to delivery to its destination and is the Tennessee home of Graceland? That's Bob.
Memphis.
Memphis, and here's the champ again. Way to do it, Bob. That is just terrific.
I might have just been back from Memphis.
It's itchy, so now you know. Come on down here, Bob. You know what the whole thing is all about. You're about to go to the gold run right now. We're going to have to say goodbye to Annette, but Annette, you have $100. Our thanks for being on Blockbusters, and when we send you out the door, we're going to give you a 25-inch Zenith color TV. Thank you very much. Good luck with the baby.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Come on over here, Bob. You know what you got to do right now. Bob already has $11,200 in his pocket. Whoa, you got to like
Look
that.
at this.
I like the way that thing's set up
Whoa.
there. We're all set to play the gold run. Bob didn't bring his scooter. That's what he's got to hold on to play the game. Let's take a look at our gold run board, please. Here he comes, flying into place. Now, to win the big money, Bob is going to start at the left side and make a path connecting the gold to the gold. If he makes that connection, he will win $5,000. Now, if he misses a question or he passes, a block will go up on the board, and he's going to have to work his way around it. He has 60 seconds, and he can keep going until time runs out. You ready to do it, Bob?
Let's do it.
All right, let's give him 60 seconds, please. Time will begin after your first clue. Pick your letters, Bob.
LR.
He rides silver.
Lone Ranger.
Correct. Pick again.
BTC.
Bud Collier's classic game show.
Beat the Clock.
Correct. Pick again.
PH.
He's Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan.
Correct. Pick again.
IGA.
Early Beach Boys hit.
Pass.
Pass.
THAHN.
Bogart and Bacall movie.
Pass.
Pass. Pick
Yes.
again. Yes. Humpback whales are in this category.
Pass.
Pass. Pick again, please.
RWAC.
James Dean classic film.
Rebel Without a Cause.
Correct. Pick again now.
SAG.
Two Bad Cities.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Correct. Pick again.
A.
February's Birthstone.
Amethyst.
Correct. Pick again.
GQ.
Novel by Cervantes.
Don Quixote.
You got it! Bob, way to do it. I thought you were out. Whoa! Just terrific. I thought you were out of it.
Me too.
Thought you had blown it out the window.
Me too.
Way to do it, Bob. Bob, literally no time. No time on the clock at all. But this gentleman has just picked up $5,000. Let's go back now and take a look at our board, please. There are, I think, 3 or 4 that he missed. ES, humpback whales are in this category, endangered species. Bogart and Bacall movie, to have and have not. That's what we were looking for there, and you've got a lot, too. Let's get another one up there, please. Early Beach Boys hit, I Get Around, and that was the last one. And you, young man, now have $16,200. We'll be back with a challenger right after this. Way to do it, Bob. I thought you were gone. Just gone. As I was even going to tell you, let's just make some money. Because I wasn't looking at the board. Boy, good job. Good job. I thought I had Don Quixote, and I just... I was just talking with Bob. That was the most exciting win I've ever seen here on Blockbusters. I really thought that you were out of it totally, but you just stuck to your guns and you ended up making $5 grand. That's the way to play the game. If you want to see this man do it again tomorrow, maybe he will, maybe he won't. He's got to meet another challenger, but we'll all be here on Blockbusters. See you then. Bye-bye.
A member of our studio audience will receive Ortho's Space-Saving Day Bed, featuring a solid oak frame, 2 mattresses, pop-up unit, and 5-piece comforter set, furnished by Ortho Mattress Company. And departing contestants will receive a virtually all-screen 25-inch remote control Zenith Color TV with Chroma-Color picture tube, 178-channel capability, furnished by Zenith. Jules Jurgensen's Gents Classic Series Diamond Dial Watch, elegantly styled with 20 genuine diamonds. The Classic Series furnished by Jules Jurgensen. The Regency R1070 programmable 10-channel scanner lets you tune into police, fire, emergency, and weather broadcasts, furnished by Regency. Just point and shoot with Vivitar's PS35 camera, autofocus, auto exposure, automatic film loading, 35mm photographs, furnished by Vivitar. Ray-Ban leather sunglasses, classic styles with rich leather accents, plus sun-sensitive gradient fashion lenses for wear indoors and out, furnished by Bausch & Lomb. New Active Link Lee press-on nails, beautify active hands, press-on in seconds, Active Link Lee press-on nails. You may double the storage space throughout your whole house with closet-made ventilated drawer systems and closet organizers from Classen International. A question not affecting the outcome of the game was edited. This is Rich Jeffrey speaking for Blockbusters, a Mark Goodson television production.